You're listening to the B2B Growth Think Tank, the show that brings you the virtual hot seat where each week my expert guests and I help another business leader by masterminding actionable solutions to a specific challenge they're currently trying to solve in their business. So if you're looking for answers to a specific challenge that you're facing, that if you could solve in the next 90 days would have a huge impact on your growth, send it in to thinkttank@thinklikeafish.co.uk and we'll see if we can feature you on the show. My name is Adam King, your host and the captain of the ship at growth consultancy Think Like a Fish. And if you're ready to rethink what's possible for your business and discover the growth strategies, advice and insight to turn this new vision into a reality, let's get started. Today, what I'm going to be showing you, and I'm going to give you 10 specific examples of strategic alliances that can, as I've said, boost your authority, increase your exposure, and win you new business. So let's take a look at what these are. So the first is endorsements. Now, this is something that has been going on since, people were doing business, but essentially this is a way to get in front of somebody else's audience, client list. Especially powerful, it's a client and buyer list, prospect list, and all that kind of thing, but in an endorsed way. So you're having the implied trust already there when you are being introduced to a group of people. So these could be a partner that have your ideal clients or customers in their audience, in their network as their clients and that kind of thing. And as you get the endorsement of somebody they already know, like and trust, this increases your exposure, it builds your authority, and you don't need to go through the gauntlet of doing all that know, like and trust, because the trust factor is already there by the endorsement. So it's very, very powerful. So the second one is content distribution. Now this is a pure distribution play here. You could have articles, blog posts, videos, podcasts, that kind of thing, and you do strategic alliances with people to get this content in front of other audiences. You're not even asking for anything in return. You're just saying, here's some great content, or you're having your partner say, here is some great content on this subject that I know some of you guys deal with, so take a look, check this out. And so you're getting the exposure and the authority from being introduced by somebody else they already know, like and trust, right? So sort of following on from that, what we're talking about here in the third one is value promotion. Now this takes it a little bit step further, and what you would do here is you would have something that is extra valuable. So therefore somebody needs to opt in, give their details to receive it. So it's kind of a lead generation play as well, but this goes a little bit more in depth than a single article or a blog or a podcast or something like that. So it could be, some form of report, template, something that solves a specific problem, that kind of thing. So it's a very powerful way, again, of increasing exposure and building authority. So the fourth one is co-branding to enhance positioning, credibility, and authority. So what this means is you can create content, something that's valuable, all that kind of thing, but you can co-brand it with a strategic alliance partner. So if you are a younger company, for example, then you can get your credibility from someone that is larger, that has been in the game longer, that has a larger client base, all that kind of thing. And you can essentially piggyback onto that credibility by creating something that partner can co-brand with you. Now, it doesn't matter if you're small, if you're going to a big player, if you've got something of real value that you're offering to co-brand with them, then this is great for them because they get to offer something valuable. They don't have to spend the time or the money or the resources to create it. So you're coming with something that's ready made that they can also benefit and further enhance their credibility and their authority. So it's another win-win situation. So the fifth is finding podcasts for you to be a guest on, or finding guests for your podcast. Now, you may or may not have a podcast, and if you don't, then I highly recommend that you consider doing it, because having had a podcast now for nearly 2 years, I can tell you that it's been one of the best ways to increase exposure, build my own authority, but more important than that, it's build these relationships with potential strategic alliance partners. It's been fantastic for that. So you can do that, and you can get on other people's podcasts and get in front of their audience and show what you do and your expertise and have a call to action and that kind of thing. So it's a great strategy for that. But really the power comes from having your own, or what I call is your authority bridge platform. And that basically means that you get to invite people on, have them share their message, their expertise, make them look awesome. And then you get to have that it builds a relationship in quite a small window of time that you wouldn't necessarily have got in any other way. So it's a fantastic way of doing it. So the 6th way is to have a contest or giveaway for you to be a part of, or have partners join your giveaway. So you've all seen contests and giveaways. I mean, all you have to do is switch on a radio and hear sort of this sort of thing going on. You can sort of hear somebody, somebody linked with a movie, and they're giving away something to do with a movie or a TV or something like that, and that's something there. Or it could be a win a TV or something like that. So it's it's a common way of doing it, and they are essentially doing a strategic alliance with a radio station to get that out there and sort of get exposure and all that kind of thing. Now you can do that the same. You can get a group of businesses together and find and group a bunch of valuable resources together and offer them to each person's audience. So you all get exposure to an audience that you all want to be exposed to. But the beauty of this is it has that viral potential as well. So you get other people that are getting some of these resources and all the rest of it, sharing the opt-in or the contest or the giveaway as part of that process. So you don't only generate the leads that are within the networks and the audiences already, you generate leads, and you get exposure and all that kind of thing from that viral effect. So it's a really powerful way of doing this. The 7th way is events for you to speak at, or if you run your own events, speakers to speak at your events. Again, it's a fantastic way, and depending on when you're watching this, whether we're doing it in person yet or not, not sure. But you can also do this virtual. There's now lots of virtual summits that are going on, so you would go onto an event like that and be able to talk to an audience that could, as long as the event itself is targeted towards the people that you want as clients and you want to grow a business around. And this is, again, it's a very powerful way of doing it, and it's one that's it's been well used in the past. So the 8th way would be to display marketing materials in high footfall space. So if you find a partner that has say a lot of physical locations, and you can put some of your materials in those places, so it could be something as obvious or simple as cafes, for example, not very targeted. Or it could be, if you're looking for high net worth people as an advisor, you could go to high-end golf courses, for example, and look to have materials and stuff like that put in the reception area of that kind of place. They're just some sort of basic ideas, but you can see where this could go in terms of getting exposure to people that you wouldn't necessarily have got to in the first place. So the 9th is introductions to influential people that can help you grow. So when you make strategic alliance partnerships, they will also have people in their network. So if they know someone that is particularly influential and you can be introduced, then again, you skip past the whole need to, right, who is this guy? What do they want, etc. And if you're introduced, you can skip through that. And if this is someone that has a real potential to open a lot of doors, incredibly, incredibly valuable. So the 10th is to create a group or a community or an association with your strategic alliance partners. So you can find a group of people or a number of partners that you would want to create a group with that is complementary around a type of client or that kind of thing, and you can manage that community together. You can call it it can be something as obvious as a Facebook group, or it could be going the full route and sort of saying we are creating an association, and you can invite people to join and be part of it and all that kind of thing, as long as it's around a specific type of person and specific type of client. This can again be incredibly powerful, massive exposure, real increase of in authority and all that kind of thing. So it's really it's a very, very powerful way of doing this. So those are the 10. I hope you've found it valuable. Next, what I'm going to be showing you is 10 surprisingly powerful ways to build your business through strategic alliances that few people even think about it. So this is another list of 10 ways that you can use strategic alliances, but they're a little bit different to maybe what you would have thought. So make sure that you tune in for that episode. So again, I hope you found this valuable. I'm Adam King, and see you next time. So that's it for this episode. I hope you found it valuable. I hope you got some great ideas that you can take away and apply to your business to help you grow. If you did, please share it with somebody else that might also find this valuable, because they will thank you for it. Also, to let you know that I have a podcast gift page where I put a lot of resources that I love to share with my listeners. You can find the links to join the Facebook community there, and you can get my book, the Conversational Relationship Marketing, and the audiobook version, all for free, plus a number of other resources I'll be adding over time on that page. So make sure you head there to thinklikeafish.co.uk/podcast gift, and you can help yourself to the things that make most sense to you. And if you have enjoyed the show, please make sure you're subscribed. You'll get updated as the new episodes come out. And finally, last favor, please consider giving the show your honest rating and review on Apple Podcasts. I read every single one. They mean the world from me. I love hearing from my listeners, and it does help others find the show as well. So if you want to go and do that, I'd really appreciate it. But until next time, have an awesome day, and we'll speak soon.